Fuck it. Alright, welcome back to the final Supreme TV of this series. It has been a fun ride while it's lasted. So I think Des Davids and Joe Miller no longer hate each other. They just simmer. They're simmering. We got a show. It's long as fuck. I actually have 3 pre-show segments because I ran out of time. So, oh, wait, right, the news. Let's get into the news, guys. So, basically, no news has really happened other than every single superstar, this isn't the fucking Fed, every single worker that I have had my eye on is, like, apparently up for contract now. As in, Steve DeColt, it would be nice to have him, but honestly, at this point, I don't think I want him. Shooter Sean Dealey, who if this series didn't end, I would want him. Koshiro Ino, he's got a lot of overness, and I think he could fit with our company. And then, of course, Joshua Taylor, who I don't think would fit with our company well. But yeah, those are all the guys. That's really all that's happened in the news. Oh, that's Streamlabs. Alright. Let's get on with it. So, to open the pre-show, basically, I don't know if you remember from last episode. If you just watched that episode, then you do. But if you haven't, Jimmy Hernandez, got his back broken, and he's gone. He's out. He can't work through it. He's out. So, Emma Chase, on the pre-show, she just announces Jimmy Hernandez is done for. Okay? And no need to worry, because we have a replacement. And it's like, oh, who the fuck, who's that? Alright, second pre-show segment, we have Everest getting his ass kicked because Everest is stupid. And then after the match, Everest, he's like, because he's out of breath, because he has stamina fucking less stamina than my dick. So, Everest is all winded, and Dante Dunn, comes out and he just laughs at him. He's like, dude, how are you in this company? Yo, shit, man. And Everest is like, fight me at the Supreme Challenge. If I'm so bad, I could kick your ass. And then Dante Dunn's like, oh, okay, man. Sure you can. Alright, we open the real show with Richard Eisen. We see him in his office. He's filing papers or sorting them, doing that thing where you hit it against the table to get them all straightened out. Akuma and Primus Allen are standing at his door, and then all of a sudden Skull to Bones walks. He walks up to Akuma and Allen. Akuma and Allen just faint forward. Clearly Skull still has a trance on them or something. Richard Eisen hears this, looks through that door. The camera's kind of shooting it from outside the door, and we see Skull walk in, close the door, and there we go. We then have a match between Matt Sparrow and Sammy Smoke that gets a 72. Pretty good. We then have Sammy Smoke, he's celebrating, and then we see the return of a man that hasn't been seen in a little bit. SWF's resident porn star, Steven Parker. And Steven comes out to the huge dismay of Sammy, and he's like, Sammy, I know you've been avoiding me, unlike all the women that flock my bed. So, Sammy, here's the thing. You may try to join the Enterprise to try to fuck with me, but I don't know if you know my gimmick. I am the one that fucks with other people. So, I'm always going to find a way through your little con artist plans, Mr. Shark. Mr. Sammy the Shark. That's a little shoot there. Woo. Because Richard Eisen may be a little distraught with all the shit that's going on right now. So, I got my match approved. That's right, Sammy. We're finally, after months, going to have this goddamn one-on-one match. No disqualifications, no countouts, just me, you, in the ring. Sammy is fucking pissed and scared at the same time. We then have another good match, or decent match, I guess. Another B- match where Spencer Spade beats up Frosher for like 8 minutes, I should say. This wasn't supposed to go here. Shit. Shit. Oh well. Oh well. Editing, I can fucking sort this, alright? Alright. But basically, what we have going on here is backstage, Jungle Lord and Captain Atomic are just beating up Frederique and James Prudence with all their sex equipment. Their dildos, their pocket pussies, their fleshlights, their dough dills, their spank, like their paddles, butt plugs. All that shit is getting back on them, you know? This was supposed to go after the Spencer Spade match. On second thought, I don't want to edit that. That's going to be a fucking bitch to edit, so I'm not going to do that. So let's just pretend that this is happening right after the match. Basically, Spencer Spade is celebrating when Angry Gilmore rushes the ring and finally puts Angry in his name to good use. Angry comes in, and Spencer Spade tries to run. Angry grabs him by his leg, and he is beating the shit out of Spencer Spade. He is wailing on him, just taking him out. And, security's going to have to pull him away. And security also, Richard Eisen, he sends the security, because Spencer Spade is fucking part of the Enterprise. Doesn't seem like it, but, he's trying to protect himself from Angry Gilmore. That's why he's never in those huge, promos. But basically, Richard Eisen sends the security. Those two get out of the ring. And Richard Eisen, with the most pale, face you will ever see. He is scared to death. He looks like he's pissed his pants straight out of fear. He didn't even have to piss. And he just announces, at the Supreme Challenge, it will be Eric Eisen versus Skull to Bones. If Eric Eisen wins, Skull to Bones and his group will never be seen on SWF ever again. However, if Eric Eisen does not win, then Skull to Bones will own the company. Everyone in the crowd is like, what the fuck? Whoa! Wait a fucking minute, what is this? And it's just all glossed over because we got more matches. Why get more explanation on that when we could have Oliver Cobb, the apparent, I'm assuming, twin brother of Kentucky Bill. We have not seen him ever since that incident. But yep, Remo beats him up. And then after the match, Remo grabs a mic and he tries cutting a promo on the man behind the messages. It probably goes something like, alright, Mystery Man, reveal yourself. And Mystery Man never reveals himself. And Remo kind of looks like a jackass, which we can all assume is the Mystery Man's plan. We then have, this is, I forgot what this was for a second, but I remember now. Basically, what's going on is Greg Gage and Robbie Retro, they're entering together. Greg Gage is wearing, Robbie Retro. He's wearing, that, I'm assuming that's, a leather jacket, but red. So I'm assuming, just imagine Greg Gage is wearing a blue one of those, and he's got blue sunglasses that are stars, and then they're all getting hyped, who's our opponent's going to be? Let's get to this tag match, and then Greg Gage just turns on Robbie. He takes him out. Greg has a mic, and he's like, Robbie, tell me, what did you think was going to happen? Robbie, I know you probably see the world in all glitter and gold. I don't know if that is your happiness talking or your LSD, but I want my win back, Robbie. You may have beat me at Times of Trouble. I think that was a pay-per-view, Times of Trouble. Ugh. You may have beat me at the last pay-per-view, Robbie, but that was a fluke. I will take you out for good. Richard Eisen, then he comes in. Richard Eisen doesn't really come in. It's more Jack Bruce is coming in. Jack Bruce kind of pushes him forward. He's like, dude, make your fucking announcement. Richard's like, okay, Greg, since this is SWF and we need, matches, since this is a wrestling show and we were planning on a tag match, instead, what will happen is, Greg, you will take on Jack Bruce. Jack's like, dude, oh my god. Yeah, that match will be going on later as Jack Bruce is getting ready. But in the meantime, what's happening here is backstage we see Jerry Eisen. He's walking. He's got a clipboard. He's clearly announcing something. He keeps going forward. The camera kind of stops at Mikey Lau and Dawn the Cheerleader and Paul Huntington. They're all at one spot. And Mikey Lau is like, Paul, I can't help but notice that your boys, the Pain Alliance, aren't with you. What happened there? Paul just stays silent, and Dawn's like, Paul, come on. What happened to him? Paul says, you know what happened to him. All right? You want to stop being a jackass? Oh, I'm sorry. Do I seem like a jackass to you? I'm sorry. It's just that I have been waiting for 7 months to get my title shot that I won in January, and I've never gotten, and I'm finally going to get it against you, Paul, and there's going to be no distractions, nobody at ringside but Dawn. I'm finally going to get my title that I've worked for 7 fucking months. And they keep bickering, and eventually it all gets to these three right here, Joey Morgan, Rogue, and Brandon James. They're all having a heated conversation, yelling about... Joey Morgan and Brandon James are yelling. Rogue is just kind of like... Yeah, I think they're yelling at Rogue for beating him up. Or no, fuck, dude. Joey Morgan and Brandon James are yelling at Rogue for beating them up. And Rogue is just, like, done with it. Jerry Eisen finally comes back into the camera with his clipboard, and he's like, okay, so, by word of Richard Eisen, you three must separate, and the next time you will get together is during the Supreme Challenge, where there will be a triple threat match. And Jerry Eisen is not scared. I know I kind of have the same tone that I did with Richard Eisen, but it's trying to be like he's obviously reading from a script, is what that was trying to be. Fuck. Alright. Then we finally get this Greg Gage and Jack Bruce match. I thought it would be better, but I guess they don't click. And it's still got an 82, so maybe if they clicked it would have been better. Then after the match, Jack Bruce, he's celebrating, and he's like, Remo, that was a little embarrassing for you, wasn't it? Calling out the mystery man, and he just fucking no-sold you. That's hilarious. Mystery Man just straight up said he's too good for Remo. Remo is pissed, of course. Remo's music hits. He's rushing the ring. Then he's stopped once again by that loud noise, followed by text on the screen, read out by another distorted voice. Alright, let me get into this. I script one promo like a month, and this is it. Alright, these Mystery Man promos. Alright. Here we go. By all means, you two, continue to cripple each other, while I continue to gather information on how you two grapple, think, and I will continue to craft my plan. To many of you backstage, I may be the outsider, but I am much more. I am a wolf in sheep's clothing, an unpleasant surprise. I've been called the triple threat only by people viewing from afar. I would personally describe myself as the chosen one. Chosen by the best to beat the best. And then the text repeats itself from last week by saying, I am the enigma that took out Merrick Koklov, and I will do the same to both of you. But then this time it adds the words, in the very near future. Both men are distraught, and then we go to commercial. When we come back, Hardcore Brett Starr and Valiant are having their match that I think I set up last week. Or was that the tag match? I don't know. This match was set up last week. these two got a underperforming record, which is not a surprise. And then after the match, Valiant is celebrating when the Crippler comes out and he's like, alright, Valiant, you may be a coward and you may be worthless, but I'm just so sick of you getting these cheap wins over me and my partner. So this Sunday, at the Supreme Challenge, it will be me versus you in a hardcore match. Oh! Fans go ape shit because they love hardcore matches. And then we end the show with the Enterprise all in the ring. Richard Eisen is, of course, pissed off Eric Eisen, but he has somehow convinced Eric Eisen and the rest of them to try to come out and cut one of these, classic Enterprise promos. Eric starts it off by saying, alright, Richard may have forced us to come out here and talk like we usually do, but I'm not gonna fucking do that. You know why? Because now I have the weight of the world on my goddamn shoulders trying to defend this company from a crazy man, okay? So, Richard, please explain to me why the fuck this match is going on. And Richard says, Eric, if this match does not go on, then what will happen is that each one of us will get picked off one by one, okay? Now, we've both known Skull to Bones for years. When something pisses him off, or he feels there is some quote-unquote disorder in the world, he does something about it. He helped us back when he was Vengeance, but now he's not Vengeance, and he has a whole different mindset. You know what he is capable of, Eric. He's a man of challenges, and that's why he's putting his career on the line against you. Eric's about to quit the Enterprise, and then he realizes that he might have a plan. And Eric says, Richard, I think we can orchestrate something. Oh shit, he's not going to call his dad by his first name. Dad, I think we can orchestrate something. And then Sammy Smell cuts him off. He's like, fuck all of you. I joined this goddamn group for one reason and one reason only. And that is to get away from Stephen Parker. You two are fucking communists. Alright? I am the weak link, clearly, and I am being stepped on over and over again. I am tired of this goddamn bullshit. I quit this fucking group. Eric Eisen, in the face of shock, clearly because Sammy Smoke was a part of his plan. And Paul Huntington, Sammy Smoke has left, he stormed off. Eric looks to Paul, and Paul's like, and Paul leaves too. The Enterprise is in shambles, with only 5 men left in the group, and one of which is already occupied for the Supreme Challenge. End show. 88B+. Greg Gage was slightly overused. I don't give a fuck. Greg Gage could be massively overused, and it would make the show that much better. Dredd looks stupid. Look at that face. We got decisions. Contract negotiations with Dwayne Fry. Everyone needs to learn how to sell. Alright. So that was our last. Bitch looks mean. That was our last show, or that was our last Supreme TV of the series. And kind of hate to see it go, but that's what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just kind of rambling now. I guess... Well, I was going to say I guess I'll see you guys for the finale, but it's not really going to be the finale. It'll be the final time we do a booking show, and then I'm going to have a wrap-up show. So I guess I'll see you guys next time. in our final episode of booking for this series.